there's a way to make an entrance.
This is my destiny.
It was now a conspiracy of witches.
Download Veely today.
We see Saudi Arabia as the country of oil and strict Islam, where women wear veils and kisses are edited out from films. But suddenly, there was a new crown prince. He says he wants to reform the country, women get more rights and tourists will soon be welcome. The country has become less dependent on oil. At the same time, the people are ruled with an iron fist. One wrong word can have serious consequences. In this year of changes, I travel around the country and follow the developments on the inside through the eyes of the citizens. Are they just empty promises, or is Saudi Arabia really able to change?
We rijden echt nu langs een bergketen en verderop ligt er een heel klein stadje en dat heet Meiden Sala. En dat is een hele oude historische stad. Een beetje zo verborgen tussen de bergen. Bijna maagdelijk gebied. Je komt daar gewoon niet vaak. En al helemaal niet in een land wat niet open is voor toerisme.
For years, Saudi Arabia kept her treasures hidden. But with oil revenues decreasing, Crown Prince bin Salman is looking for new sources of income. He wants to open the country up to tourism. I'm taking a sneak preview.
Nou, helemaal uitgestorven. Niemand. En het gebied is ook afgesloten. Nou, ik heb het hele rijk voor mezelf hier. Echt fascinerend dit. Ze hebben een hele stad uit rots gehouden hier. Dit waren een van de eerste bewoners van dit Arabische schiereiland. Ik kan er net niet bij, maar je ziet oud-Arabische tekens die in de rots zijn gegraveerd. En dat is van de periode nog voor de islam.
This place is cursed. According to tradition, Allah wanted to punish the Thamudi, the original inhabitants, for their barbaric ways, as they had killed a camel mother. The area was ravaged by earthquakes and lightning strokes. Muslims aren't allowed to visit this place, according to the hadith.
En er staat letterlijk in dat als je door dit gebied komt, dan moet je of huilen of keihard wegrennen. Allemaal haksporen. En dit was de plek waar de spullen werden neergelegd voor mensen die overleden waren. En dat waren dan sieraden, wapens. En dat was bedoeld voor de doden die hier lagen in hun reis naar het hiernamaals. Nou ja, het is echt onbegrijpelijk dat ze hier zo weinig mee doen.
The Saudi government wants people to forget the curse and visit the site. The green light will need to be given by Crown Prince bin Salman. Luxurious tents have already been set up and I am the only guest sleeping here.
Oké. We zijn er helemaal klaar voor. Nu nog de toeristen.
These changes are driven by the country's young people. 70% of the population is less than 30 years old. This demographic group increasingly doesn't want to be told what to do.
نتجمع في جروب عندنا.
هنا في جروب بايدز اقرا انجليزي. بايدز ينبع.
Jambu Riders Group.
ايوه.
ما فيش مالك بوليس؟
ها؟
ما فيش بالك؟ نو؟
نو. بس هذا ممنوع يمشي هنا لأنه ما في لوحة ولا استمارة.
ممنون.
ممنوع. هذا إذا شافته الحكومة هنا خلاص تشيله.
هذا غالي؟
أيوه. 20,000 ريال.
فلوس منه؟
أنا شغال. فلوس أنا أجيبها من دوامي. أنا أشتغل عسكري.
Askeri?
Yes.
Nou, nu stopt er weer een witte auto. En waarschijnlijk moeten we zo even uitleggen wat we hier doen. Wat we eigenlijk constant doen in dit land, bij elke stap.
These guys are taking a big risk talking about this. Out on the streets, we are accompanied by a man from the Ministry of Media. He takes pictures for his report. The government keeps a check on everything.
طبعا أكيد شيء خطير. لأنه إحنا لابسين سيفتي. يعني ما إحنا لابسين خوذة، ما إحنا لابسين الله يكرمك بوت، ما إحنا لابسين قفازات. شيء أكيد بيكون خطير.
The guys disappear in traffic again. They remain anonymous. They didn't give their names. Saudi Arabia's new strongman, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, says he feels connected to young people. MBS, as he's called, says he wants to embark on a new course. The feared religious police that checks whether Islamic laws are respected is restrained and women get more rights.
أولاً هذا ليس حلم، هذا واقع سوف يتحقق إن شاء الله. إحنا لا نحلم، إحنا نفكر بواقع سوف يتحقق إن شاء الله.
In Jeddah, the gateway to Saudi Arabia, the fight for reforms has been fought for years below the surface. Abir Abu Suleiman is one of its fiercest warriors. She wants to receive official permission for guiding visitors.
So this is a characteristics in all the historical cities. Okay, let's go from here. If your guest is not interested, you stop, you move to the next movement. My father was attaché culturel, so we had to move with him since the age of 9 years old. So I love traveling, I love tourism, and this is what made me start as a tour guide. Now I have been working 7 years in a new job.
Was at that time a lot of women tourist guides?
Well, I was the only one.
Wow, the only one?
Yes.
You started it?
Yes, as a female.
Did you get any negative reactions?
The only negative reaction that I had was from the men tour guide. They didn't like this competition. These men, they will go and write a complaint because I was not certified. The certificate is only for men.
As a woman, you can't get a certificate.
Of a tour guide. Some of them went to the police station.
And what happened with the complaints?
When they saw my case, they were laughing. There is no killing, there is no injuries. What is this? So I explained. They said, just continue, but try to bring a permission from a higher rank, and this is what happened. Hopefully, in a few months, I'm going to get my license.
Official?
After 8 years, officially. What characterizes the city of Jeddah? Look up.
Roshan.
Yes, Kamal. What is Roshan?
Roshan, it's a Persian word, means like window.
While Abir awaits official permission, she tries to train the next generation. Young guides who received permission from their parents to guide foreigners.
You will take the role of explaining.
المكان ده بس ولا
هذا المكان.
We can notice here few things. The first thing is that the houses are so close to each other, and they also used to name them as houses. They don't say building or such. And what makes the house unique is also their doors or their gates. See, every single door of every single house is unique, and you cannot find two identical doors. Okay?
This is my girl. And you see the ventilation that is coming.
Nou, er zijn echt vele vrouwen zoals Abir in het Midden-Oosten die ja, ontzettend strijdvaardig zijn.
You look at their face. Yani,
Maar ja, de vraag is of die hervormingen zich doorzetten. Ja, en dat moet ik nog maar even zien.
I am fighting for this. The problem, they are private ownership.
What do you study?
I study English and translation.
I can imagine it's not easy for a girl to be a
Yes.
tourist guide, maybe for some families.
Well, yes, it's because there are a lot of men around us, and that's kind of creeps them out a bit.
Is it the man who gives negative reactions?
Well, yes, sometimes it's men, other times it's women, but mostly men. When they see you doing a good thing, better than them, they will be like, why would you do that? Why is she better than us? So we faced many issues because we're women here working. When the women start driving, there'll be a lot of problems from...
What problems?
You know, men might be aggressive sometimes, if you ever notice on Twitter, some people talk that they will burn the cars of women, that they will hit the women, that they will harass her and stuff.
Really?
Yes, they do that a lot.
But what is their problem?
It's kind of hard to get the picture of us women working, and there are a lot of guys listening to us.
It's very brave.
I love it,
Okay.
so yeah.
The new freedoms for women have been dictated by the Crown Prince. Women who profit from it, like Farah and Abir, feel strengthened by it.
But Abir, is it not better that change comes from the bottom than from above and put it on people?
Do I have to wait centuries to have the right to drive? Do we have to wait centuries to have the right not to have a guardian? So as long as we have these small groups who are disturbing our development, no, it must come from up. This is the only way to let everybody accept the changes.
A lot of resistance needs to be overcome, from clergymen, the government, the conservative part of the population. Steps are being made, but if you want to survive, it's crucial that you know how far you can go. Malik Najer teaches me how to recognize these limits. He provokes the authorities every day and has become hugely popular.
We made a show named Masamir. It's distributed online. We've surpassed 750 million views.
750 million views, wow. In the whole Middle East?
Yeah.
How is that possible, such a big success?
It's basically, we go to places where other people don't dare to go. And I think there is a sense of novelty when you see some characters that represents your society. And I think this is what people see in our creations.
So the cartoons are from the real life of Saudi Arabia, from real people also, inspired by real people.
We tackle a lot of taboos in our society. Animation allows you to go further than what you would usually do.
You get more tolerated.
Exactly. It's like a joker dancing around the king and making jokes. And the king will just tolerate this joker because after all, he's not a serious figure.
What's your favorite character?
I'd say Dr. Adel.
This is Dr. Adel?
Yeah, this is Dr. Adel. He's feeding his pet frog. And the pet frog doesn't really like him very much.
For the Saudis, this is a new type of social commentary. The show exposes all kinds of problems in society. Most of all, Malik lets his animated figures ridicule the government.
Yeah, I'm going to do Dr. Adel.
Dr. Adel, okay.
Right, and he would go something like this. أنا مثل ما قلت وحطوها بالمفضلة أمام الحوثي 3 خيارات بعد مقتل علي عبد الله
الثدي مثل ما هو معروف يا أخوان. هنا لحظة، معي زميلي الأستاذ نافع من الشباب المتطوعين. بداية مثل ما نعرف الثدي هنا بهالمنطقة تقريبا.
It is only when people are horrified that means, okay, you're breaking new grounds. Now, that is a thin line, right? Because you want to create this conflict, but you don't want to overdo it.
But isn't it difficult to break down taboos?
It is, but every time we create something, we tend to gauge what's going on. And so I've created something about women's rights issues, right? I've created something that is mocking this ridiculous idea of women are not allowed to drive. And so what we do is basically we just, we start piece by piece. First time we just show a woman that drives.
BMW 335 أقودها بنفسي. ما عندنا حريم يسوقن.
And so the second time she turns him into a car. She's driving him, right? She's driving on his back. And I remember when we put that, we got a lot of negative feedback.
Is that a red line?
It used to be. Okay. It used to be. I mean, I was there, right? 5 years ago, it was a red line.
Yeah.
People would get furious about that.
Farah ignores all the comments she gets when she's not wearing a niqab or goes out without a guardian. She is willing to give me a peek into her life. We meet somewhere so that I can give her her first driving lessons.
It's easy.
Should I press this button
Yeah,
again?
but press that.
Press it?
Yes.
You don't want to put your seatbelt?
Yeah, I will.
Comfortable with it?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable.
Alright.
Your mirror.
You have acceleration and you have the brake. Take it very slow from the brake now. Oh. That's good. Yes, like this. Very good. Yeah. Just be careful. Brake, 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 brake. Slowly brake. Yes, very good. Okay, but don't accelerate. How does it feel driving?
It feels good.
Yeah?
It feels good.
Is it special for you?
I think it is, yes. First time driving, nobody says no. Out of 10, how good am I?
You are fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Did your mom ever drive?
No, she never did. Actually, she's not a supporter of driving.
No? She's not?
No,
Okay.
my dad is, but she's not.
And why your mother doesn't want...
She's not used to it.
Yeah, okay.
To the whole idea. It's, like I said, not part of the culture or anything. So they're moving slowly, step by step. It's like in our religion, it's not wrong to drive. It's not wrong to open our faces.
You never had a niqab?
No, never. So it's kind of personal. See, nowadays a woman can open their hairs, they can open their faces. We have this thing, it's called the hay'a. They were very active. Like we were walking in a mall. I remember that. I was once walking in a mall and my abaya was open from down. So the guy came and he yelled at me. He was like, close your abaya. The whole mall heard me. Wallahi, the whole mall heard that.
Where are they now?
They're gone now.
So what would happen if we were talking like this 3 years ago here on this corniche?
Oh, that would be super wrong. Like, you and I would be freaked out. Like, don't talk to me. Pretend you're doing something there. Just don't talk to me directly. It would be so weird to do that.
The Haya, the feared religious police, may have been disbanded, but this doesn't mean that Farah and I aren't being watched. We managed to brush the attention off. For a while, I am afraid she won't dare to continue, but she won't let the man intimidate her.
Men here, some of them have control over women. Like, she's mine, no one gets to look at her, she doesn't do anything behind my back, my word that goes right and everything. But there are others that knows that we're actual human, we have rights, and we have life, we really need a life. Like, I can't walk behind a man my whole life.
One would think that more women would take the freedom of dropping the veil, now that the Haya is powerless. But the ancient Islamic regulations are still being respected.
Nou, deze grote shoppingmalls in Saudi-Arabië, dat zijn echt fascinerende plekken. De Saudis hebben geld om te besteden en dat zie je ook echt allemaal aan die dure winkels hier. Maar toch blijven ze trouw aan hun tradities. Wat je ziet is dus gescheiden ingangen. Eén voor mannen en de andere ingang staat families. Maar daarmee wordt eigenlijk bedoeld vrouwen en kinderen vooral. Nou ja, en wat je dus ook ziet, is dat als het gebed begint, dat dan heel langzaam die rolluiken omlaag gaan. En dan stopt het leven even hier in de shoppingmall. Wordt toegelachen door vrouwelijk winkelpersoneel. En dat komt omdat sinds een paar jaar mogen vrouwen dus werken. En wat je dus ziet is bijvoorbeeld in deze shoppingmall dat het winkelpersoneel voornamelijk uit vrouwen bestaat. De vrouwen hebben de shoppingmall overgenomen hier.
The shopping mall is slowly emptying out. These men are also going to pray. They still support the work of the Haya. One of them is willing to talk, but we can't speak freely in the shopping mall. We are being watched too closely for that. He would rather receive me on his own territory. I am invited to visit him outside of the city.
Oh! Well! Oh! Oh! بيض بيض.
هنا يعني الصيد يعني الحمام الأرانب الإبل ترعى هنا 25 30 25 30. سبحان من هو ازعاج المدينة لا أحبه. أجلس يوميا أتمشى أريح عن نفسي مشاغل الدنيا شوي استرخاء.
يلا طلع ولدها طلعه يلا. ايه شعيب
يلا.
Oh, hello. Good. Oh, milk.
Shop.
Oh, very good.
Good.
Fresh.
Fresh.
Good. Number good. شوف هذه الرغوة. شوف كذا.
Outside of the cities, conservatism still rules supreme. Many supporters of Al-Haya can be found here. For Walid, the organization is also of the highest importance.
اشتغلت في الهيئة لكني أعمل في الهيئة. يعني أمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر واجب على كل مسلم. إذا رأى الخطأ يقول هذا خطأ، وإذا رأى الصح يقول هذا صح. فكلنا نعتبر كلنا في الهيئة. ليس الدين محتكر على شخص ملتحي أو غير ملتحي. وأحيانا آتي بزجر ولا يقبلها الشخص. فالناس ليسوا سواسية. في من يأتي معه بالزجر يعني لا يجوز ويقبل، وفي من يأتي معه بالتسامح لا يجوز بالأسلوب الجميل يقبل. فالناس ليسوا سواسية، في من يقبل الشدة في من لا يقبل الشدة.
لا شدة.
إيه، فالدين دين الوسط. الوسطية جميلة.
Walid fanatically clings to the demands Al-Haya puts on women, such as the mandatory wearing of the abaya.
ورادع لكل شخص يبحث عن الفتنة أو يغويه جمال هذه المرأة.
نساء دون أباية ممكن؟
عندما أراها هي متبرجة أو كاشفة أنصحها. هي أصلا في واقع حياتها تدري أنها على غلط، بس أنها تستحي. وبعضهم الشيطان يكبر هذه المعصية عندها ويجعلها تجادلك، تقول لا أنا لست على حرام، وأنا ليه شايفني مثلا فك عبايتي. لا
مرة هنا مظلومة؟
النساء ليست مظلومات، النساء روح من جسدنا. فالمرأة جزء لا يتجزأ أبدا من حياتنا. المرأة خلف كل رجل امرأة عظيمة. فنساءنا عظيمات، نساءنا عفيفات، نساؤنا صابرات تصبر على شقائنا يا الرجال. فالنصيحة والأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر بالأسلوب وبالتي هي أحسن، سواء في الماضي أو في الحاضر.
Erg opmerkelijk is dat hij zichzelf dus gematigd moslim noemt, maar wel het als taak ziet om dus vrouwen op straat aan te spreken op hun gedrag of op hun kleding. Het lijkt me best intimiderend. En ik kan me ook voorstellen dat je denkt, ja, waar bemoei jij je nou mee? Ik bedoel, het is mijn geloof. Ik mag daar zelf invulling aan geven zoals ik dat zelf wil. Maar hij ziet dat als heel normaal.
The walls in this country are almost impenetrable. Conservatism on one side, more freedoms on the other. Cafes and restaurants have separate rooms for men and women. There are exceptions, and I meet Farah in one of them. She finds it difficult to escape from these traditions. She's open about that.
And how's Ashk?
How's Ashk? Well, I got engaged, but it was arranged marriage by my parents.
How did it start?
The guy who got proposed for me was from our family. I kind of had this hard pressure on me to say yes, and I said yes, I did. We got engaged for 3 to 4 months, and then things turned out to be very, like, how can I say that? First, he didn't want me to work as a tour guide, and he preferred me working in a female area only. I didn't agree to that.
So he didn't want you to work as a tour guide?
Yes.
And that's your dream?
Yeah, he just told me, just leave it in your mind that I don't want you to do that. So he didn't just say no and refused in the first place, but you never know.
She managed to get out of the arranged marriage. She prefers to show tourists around. The only question is how she will now meet her future partner.
How do girls and boys meet each other?
Through work, relatives, or a friend.
Not spontaneously? Just in a cafe like this?
Well, if it happened spontaneously, like, you mean I would get up and say, or that guy would get up and come sit with me and start talking?
or just that you have a date here.
That's pretty odd. I don't know. It never happened to me, so I don't know. It would be weird if a guy came and said, "Can I grab a cup of coffee with you?" It would be weird.
Yeah.
I said, "No, what do you want? Just stay away from me."
In the West, there is a lot of places where you can meet someone.
Well, there are like mixed parties that we're not allowed to do, but it happens anyway. I get invitations to these parties, but come on.
You don't go.
I don't like it. Police come, the Jims Al Aswad, the black van. For first they'll take the whole girls and guys, call their parents, and then send them home.
Young Saudis have their own rituals with which they provoke the police. They look for ways to get into touch with each other.
Nou, hier op dat pleintje zoeken jongens en meisjes elkaar op. En nou, ik zie daar al een groep meisjes zonder abaya. En die worden dan ook meteen aangesproken door de jongens. Het is eigenlijk een soort kat-en-muisspel. Er is geen fysiek contact. En de meiden die gaan er nu al vandoor omdat ze worden aangesproken. Gewoon grenzen opzoeken. Dat broeit weer. Why the guys were running?
Because police.
Police?
Yeah.
But why they are running for police?
Because it's a family.
Did he talk to a girl? What did he do?
No. We were just walking.
Yeah?
And they catch us.
But what happens when the police catches you?
You go to the bus and then they get you to a small prison.
A small prison? Yeah?
Just for 2 hours, 3 hours.
You also chasing girls?
Yes. That police.
Yes.
Come. Run.
الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله محمد العلف متى؟
الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا
هذا لو هذا يعني يطلع مع خويته المطعم هذا لو شافته الهيئة ولا عرفوا الحكومة يمسك. ومخالف أنظمة الدولة ولا مخالف أنظمة دين الله عز وجل قبل كل شيء. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
أين الحاد؟
شوف سو كل ما تريد افعل ما تريد وما تشتهي نفسك إلا الحرام وقف. الحرام الذي لا يرضي الله عز وجل وقف عنده. وألبس ثوب وأطلع للبر وأسبح وأقنص وأسافر برا، لكن شرب الخمر والاختلاط بالنساء العاهرات لا، هنا حدود.
شو هلال الحرام هنا؟ بكيني حرام؟ يا
وش بكيني؟
اللي بس النساء في
أصبحت فرد صارت فرد؟ لا ما أقدر أجاوب ذي. لا
بكيني حرام؟
تطلع للناس في الناس حرام ويجي سلامات. تخيل واحدة طلعت لك تتزين ما يجي. تورطنا يا سنان. ليس باليسار باليمين. امسك هذا امسك. اي لا ليس ايوه باليمين. هذه سنة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام.
سلفي؟
نعم ندعو إلى الله وليس أي مسمى.
He feels the duty to compel young people to live according to Sharia law. He has come up with a special plan to spread the Islamic faith.
بس اكسر الطابة.
شو هذا؟
هذا مصلى متنقل يأتي الأماكن التي لا يوجد بها مسجد أبداً.
مسجد؟
مسجد، أماكن فاميلي، شباب، يأتي جميع الأماكن. شوف
Echt onvoorstelbaar.
هنا في TV.
Het is een mobiele moskee, dus Als er ergens geen moskee is, dan komt de moskee naar jou toe. Zelfs een kruintje voor het rituele wassen. Oh, en de bidkleedjes ook nog?
طلع افرش روح.
Ze hebben alles.
يلا شباب.
Nou, het gebeurt op een voetbalveldje.
هذا موسك.
En mosk.
يلا. ايوه يلا.
Yes.
هذا؟
هذا أذان
أذان هنا صلي.
برامج الدعوية الاجتماعية المتنوعة.
Toch een vrij handige manier om jongeren toch zo warm te maken voor het geloof. En uiteindelijk natuurlijk ook min of meer dwingen om te bidden. Want daar gaat het natuurlijk om. De mobiele moskee is niet voor niks uitgerukt naar het voetbalveld.
فغض النظر عن جميع البلدان العالم فهذه أبشرك يعني أنها متواجدة هنا في المملكة العربية السعودية بأكثر.
الإسلام تغير؟
نو الإسلام لا يتغير في السعودية أبدا. الإسلام واحد. المملكة العربية السعودية مسلمين كلهم لكن أريد أن العالم كله مسلمين. لا تبارز الله عز وجل بالمعاصي فيقسم ظهرك. يقول النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام صلوا على الحبيب ما من رجل يذنب ذنبا ذنب واحد كم ذنب سوينا كثير.
The message is clear. Walid wants the entire world to become Muslim. Right after I have left, Walid puts comments on our meeting online. I see that he has over 1 million followers.
محتوى اللقاء ان يعني هل المرأة مظلومة عندكم؟ ليش المرأة انتم تجبرونها بالغطاء؟ وقلت لا هذا ديننا. المرأة لها فخر مثل ما انت تحب تاكل وتشرب، المرأة تحب تتحجب وتحب تتغطى وانها تفتخر بهذا الغطاء الاسلامي.
This is the conservatism that is blocking new freedoms. Anybody who opposes it will be resisted.
Which thing was where you get most negative reactions about?
Yeah, there was an episode that we created. These three guys who decided to be, you know, we have the Hay'a here in Saudi Arabia,
yes,
which is the
religious police.
Religious police. And pretty recently they started losing their grip on society, right? We created this episode where these three people who do the same thing but in a reverse way. They go out, find people who are not happy, who are not enjoying life, and making sure they enjoy. So you can see this guy, he's obviously a religious figure. And then there's this guy on the other side here, he's liberal. He calls the police and he tells them, I see a guy who doesn't look happy, you guys need to come over here and sort it out immediately. You know, they go.
This is how they always come normally.
Yeah. And there's their logo. Why aren't you smiling? And this guy has a good reason not to smile because he had a bad day. And then they just said, okay guys, take him in.
This is a reversal of what happened there.
Yeah, exactly. This is a reversal of what happens.
With his animations, Malik helped erode the authority of the religious police. But where is the limit? To survive in this country, it is crucial that you know how far you can go.
You're walking in a minefield, right? And so that's how it is. This is how the game is played.
Is religion a red line?
It depends on what is it.
Yeah. But can you make fun of the royal family?
You can't. You can't make funny things about the royal house.
So that's a red line?
That is a red line, yeah. This might put us into trouble.
So I'm also walking in a minefield as a journalist.
Well, you are, but by the time this will be published, you'll be somewhere safe.
Malik's fear is justified. A few weeks later, there is an example of why pushing the limits is dangerous. Just before the prohibition on women driving is cancelled, a couple of activists who fought for that are arrested. They are accused of espionage and treason. It causes a lot of confusion. What is the direction of the reforms?
Daar is het gebouw van de Nationale Mensenrechtencommissie. En ik probeer al wekenlang een afspraak met ze te maken, maar ze geven niet thuis. En dat zegt eigenlijk genoeg. Elk jaar verschijnen er alarmerende rapporten over dit land. Hè, hoe slecht het gesteld is met de mensenrechten. Hè, er zijn nu nog een paar maanden geleden tientallen activisten opgepakt. Een aantal hebben lange gevangenisstraffen gekregen. En ze weten natuurlijk dat het heel moeilijk te verdedigen is.
It is under these circumstances that I meet Farah again. I am tense. I am curious how she holds out. The mood in the country has changed so much that it isn't clear how far we can go during our conversation.
Hey Farah.
Hey, this is Sinan. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Back.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
Please have a seat.
This is a very exciting place here.
It's really nice atmosphere here. Well, you don't see the separation between men and female here, so that's another advantage of the place, I think, you know.
Is this the new Saudi Arabia, Farah, or is it just a free place?
Oh God. Well, let's just call it a free place.
Yeah.
We don't know how Saudi Arabia is gonna be.
I see those without hijab. Do you also come without hijab to this cafe?
Oh no.
No?
No, not in general, no.
Not yet?
No, not yet. That's what I was brought up, so.
So you're not going to take it off?
No.
Also not in the future?
Well, you don't know. People change, beliefs change with time, so you never know.
Farah hopes that the changes will be carried through and that she will have the same opportunities as the man around her.
Do you have your license?
No, not yet. It's too expensive.
Why? Why it's expensive?
Well, comparing it to guys' license, it's about 2,000 to 3,000 for us females, and for guys it's 400 riyals.
So women pay more than men?
It's really unfair, but I think they want to, you know, let good drivers go out to the world, not just anyone.
So the thing is that you know what's going on in Saudi Arabia.
Before we could talk about anything, but now there is the something criminal. You know, if you said something that against the will of the country, you get
problems.
Yes, you get a lot of problems.
Caught between tradition and modernization, Farah tries to find her way. She has tasted freedom for a short while, until the royal family intervened. It's clear that openness in Saudi Arabia has its limits. Next week, I managed to infiltrate Saudi Arabia's elite. How loyal are people to the royal family after being accused of killing Khashoggi?
It was a total error. It was a crime and all, and the government has accepted the fact.